The kick-off of the first European Youth Work Convention coincided with the World Cup semi-finals, which ended, as we know, on Spain's victory over Germany. But even in these days, there are other things in life than football, and youth workers from around 50 different countries attended the introductory keynotes the next morning. Social inclusion, one of the areas targeted in the European Youth Strategy, put the issue of street work in the spotlight of the convention.
Let me put it simply, in the street, if you abuse your power, you're going to have nobody to work with.
For sure it's true, there are young people and adults also who have problems in their lives. But these problems are not always the products of their personal circumstances. These are also the products of racism, sexism, other structural forces. Poverty I identify as a structural force, and social inclusion means to work with people, to build the opportunities for living a good life.
The convention is a platform for discussions and interaction, a place where each youth worker can share his or her experience from the field.
I started with the volunteering at the beginning of my life, I could say that, and I used all my experience in all the things that I did.
The background that I come from, particularly in the youth agency and in the organisation, is about participation, it's about young people taking leading roles, and I'd like to see that happening more.
I started myself as a young person with my own youth initiatives, then I started helping other young people to do their own initiatives, then later on actually training those who do youth work.
I started in a youth centre when I was 16, and when we got some rooms from the community and we could make them by ourselves and adapt them and renovate them.
Some of the areas covered this Thursday were as varied as sports, health, employment and cultural diversity. This workshop, for example, emphasized the impact of culture sensitivity in the approach to youth work.
Okay, and how does that make you feel? My main focus, my main argument is that anybody, any practitioner who works in a multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-faith society must be culturally competent to engage with everybody, whether you are black, yellow, green or blue. You must have the skills. You must have the knowledge, you must have the resources, so that by engaging with them, you do not cause more disadvantage and reproduce discrimination.
This other group shared thoughts and views about youth work in urban areas.
And one of the main things about the programme in Britain, we have quite an anti-young people sense in terms of the media and in terms of public perception of young people. Young people are always yobs and hooligans and all that kind of stuff. If you come from a certain neighbourhood, like where I live, for instance, then you're even more written off, and so people don't believe you can achieve things. And if other people don't believe you can achieve things and that you're good for nothing, then you tend to start believing that about yourself, and we find that with the young people that we work with.
The convention is based on the idea that practices and experiences can be met and discussed through various means, including culture, arts and creativity. In this debate between formal and non-formal education, each opinion is valued. But the words of Albert Einstein are never far from the mind of a youth worker. Imagination is more important than knowledge.